Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Skyvale here on Dementiacraft SMP, where today I plan on completely overhauling this regular lame village into a massive fortified Viking trading post. So grab yourself a pint of ale and strap on in. This is gonna be a wild ride. Hey guys, welcome back to Skyvale, right here on Dementiacraft SMP. I'm so glad you're back. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for giving me a shot here. Welcome to my greenhouse. Oh, I'm so in love with this place. I always forget that I made it, but I need to spend a little bit. This is a good thinking spot. Speaking of thinking, you know what? I've got some big plans for today. I've got so many things I want to do. So let's just go ahead and get this party started. Let's go! So one of the things I've been needing to do for a long time was put together a really good and dedicated villager trading post. There's lots of great trades that could save me a lot of work out in the wild here. So I wanted to do it, but I wanted to do it right. So let's take a little ride over to where I plan on building this thing. So there's a little village just around the corner from me where I've just been cherry picking here for a while. You know what I mean? Just picking up villagers when I need to, getting the important books, the mending stuff, you know, those kinds of things. But I just haven't really organized it enough yet. So my plan this episode is to take that existing village, just blast it off the face of the planet, and then, start over. I want it to be like a free range. I don't want my villagers to be locked up. I really would like them to be able to run around a little bit, and it creates just like a little bit more activity, a little bit more life to a build. So without further ado, that horn is so bad. Let's go destroy a village. Now, once all of the villagers were rounded up and bred up to like a specific number, I went ahead, broke out my pickaxe, and I started blasting through this village. Now, this is actually a pretty considerably sized village, which is great, but also a pain in the butt. And when I spend too much time doing something, I get bored. When I get bored, I start getting reckless, and you guys know how that goes. That leads to TNT. And I was wondering if I could just blow this town up. I had a little bit of extra from my last episode, the old netherite mining expedition, and so I whipped out my bow. Ignore that first arrow, it was a perfect shot first time, and unfortunately, lackluster. But my pride wasn't dashed yet. Slapped another one on there, and once again, just how much TNT does it take to blow these things up? I have underestimated these houses. Maybe they're a little bit more fortified than I thought, but if you're wondering, it takes, if I'm just, spitballing ideas here, probably about 25 TNT, and even then I still had to go through. Okay, so I've done a ton of work around here. I've done a bunch of terraforming. I filled in a few of these like pond little lake spots here. I filled in a big hole around the side here, and essentially what I've done was kind of create like a bowl around here. I plan on building like a really cool gate. It's gonna go not a gate, but a fence, because if these villagers are gonna be out roaming, they're gonna need some type of structure to kind of keep them in, but still look classy. Oh, I need to fill in that hole still. But I think what we need to do next is we need to go ahead and lay out our structures. We'll throw down some cobblestone, figure out where our actual paths are going to go throughout this village. And then I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build up the gates and the walls. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, I am feeling this design here. I've got room for some long houses, different shapes and different designs. And like I said, I'm going to make a huge wall around the outside here. And I've decided that this section right here makes the most sense to be like the big main entrance. So I'm going to probably get rid of these roads, make my own paths, Pretty centered up through here, and also kind of like north and south, east and west, both ways. Just a little bit better skewed here. So now that we've got this whole area kind of lined up, just go ahead and break out a few shulker boxes and see if we can put together a really neat wall. I've got a few ideas in my head, and I can't wait to build them for you guys, so let's go! Now, of course, I thought the first thing I needed to do was get some walls up. And I had a basic idea. I wanted to use all my favorite blocks, cobblestone, puff. I wanted to use stone bricks, big, large oak logs, you know. And I just started throwing together these ideas. I fell in love with this little town up in Norway. It's called Gudvangen? Editor, put the name in there. I'm embarrassing myself in the old Nidal. Oh God, I should not be even trying to pronounce these things. Listen, I respect culture, but I suck at pronouncing things, and that's okay, because look at this cool build. Look at how cool these towers are. And like any good general, you know that you should only have minimum, at max 2 entrances to your base. Otherwise, it's way too easy to take over. Now, I had some weird corners that I just had to just freehand. So I got a palette of my favorite blocks. I wanted to add some dimension and some texture to these walls. Obviously, I messed up a few times, but that's something that I like doing in this game sometimes, not using a schematic and just being organic about it. And it was just so much fun. I had a really good time, and these walls have a really big Attack on Titan feel to me. I've really fallen in love with this town so far. Oh my gosh, this place is really starting to come together. I really just designed like the big gates and the towers over there and everything else. I just threw together on the fly. I'm really, really excited about how this is looking. But I think that it's time to get some of these buildings put together. I want to free these villagers, and I really want to start, putting together this whole villager trading system. So let's go ahead and put together a few more of these builds. I went ahead and gathered up a bunch of materials. So, just go ahead and watch me not die while I do that, and then we'll get some good building done. Now, I know there's a lot of big redstone builds out there to gather resources and stuff, but I mean, sometimes I just like to get out into the wild. I like to play the game and explore, but of course I get bored, and so I start doing reckless things. Ooh. And once I start doing reckless things, I have to keep doing more reckless things. I love getting out in these big, expansive taiga biomes and exploring, looking for trail ruins. But once again, bored. Boredom leads to recklessness, and recklessness is my name, baby. Oh, look at that. Ooh, I'm getting so good at this. Ooh, oak, 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 oak forest. Oh, slow motion. Oh, look at the hero. He's so handsome. Oh boy, I'm feeling reckless, y'all. I'm feeling so. I wish I had something to kill. I wish there was, like this guy. Ooh, later, piggy. Okay, one thing we needed to do real fast was swing by the Book of Remembrance. We're up to 87 subscribers, guy. That's 10 more than last time. We're so close. Let's take a look at the names real quick. Once again, thank you guys so much. Every single one of you are important to me. I'm going to keep making great content. And with your support, we're going all the way to the moon, y'all. Back to the episode. we've done it. I am so happy with everything that we've accomplished in this episode so far. I think it's time to do a quick tour, just a little bit of knowledge. I did not do the interiors yet or any of the organics, but I think I'm gonna leave that for the next episode because you guys, I have already done so much. Let's go take a really quick peek at this. Ah, my sweet, sweet Viking medieval trading city. I am so happy with how this turned out. I even went ahead and put a Viking boat over there in the corner, just to give the whole place a little pop of color. The whole thing was just kind of feeling bland. So for now, I have the gates blocked off on both ends, both all the way through there. And I just went ahead and just threw together a whole bunch of just different sizes, shapes, colors, and stuff like that. And I'm really proud with how all these different types of longhouses turned out. I believe that one of them is going to be for the masons. They're going to have a library for the librarians. We're going to have like a shipbuilding dock over on that side next to the ship and stuff like that. I believe there's going to be a blacksmithing area. I'm running out of time and I'm running out of energy, but I am so, you know what we need to do? We need to let's free the villagers. They've been trapped for too long and I want my eggs to be fresh. You know, I'm talking about free range. Let's go. I know. You guys are so excited. Listen, I know you guys have been so patient watching me build all this. Well, guess what, boys? It's freedom time. Here we go. All right. Oh, did you get stuck? Oh, okay. It's freedom time, boys. Let's do it. What could go wrong? They don't seem as excited to get out of this little spot as I thought they were. They're just, maybe it's work time. I understand work time, boys. But the worst horn in the game. It's the only one I could find, okay? I wanted a horn. Viking Oh boy. Well, anyways. Guys, I'm so happy with how this turned out today. Thank you again for checking out the channel. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want some more of this content. I'm so happy with the beginnings of this huge Viking village. I've got so much more work to do. And you know what, guys? I don't see how anything could go wrong. Oh, okay, maybe a tough landing. I'll see you next time. Later.